Hello and welcome to the second of my osteoporosis videos to give you a few more exercises that you can safely practice. So the equipment that you'll need is your mat. You'll need your small head cushions. Remember, alignment is really important with the osteoporosis, so if you need 2 head cushions, then have 2 ready. You don't want your head to be tilting back when you're lying on your back. Also, have your 3-inch head cushion or a slightly thicker head cushion. Have a band or a scarf to hand, and we're going to do some arm weights. So we're not going to do many repetitions, so have a weight that will challenge you without bringing any tension into your neck and your shoulder. You can wear socks or have bare feet, but we're going to do the Starfish, which is always a little bit easier, I think, if you have some socks. So let's get going. We're going to start on our backs in the relaxation position. So from the relaxation position, let's take a few moments just to focus on our alignment and our breath. So having your feet and your knees hip width apart, make sure that you've got your heels sufficiently near your buttocks that you're not putting all your weight through your heel, so you can feel the front of your foot as much as you can the heel. Switch off any tension in your thighs and your buttocks. Your pelvis relaxing in neutral. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms by your side, and having that sense of length in your neck. Adjust your head cushion if necessary. Now your head is neither tilting back or tilting forward. And relax any tension in your face, especially your jaw, and check that your tongue is nice and released inside your mouth. And then we'll stay here for a couple of breaths, so focus that breath deep into the rib cage. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and any tension out of the body. And one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then we're going to start with ribcage closure, keeping that movement coordinated with the breath. So breathing in to bring your arms above your chest and breathing out to reach your arms behind. Make sure you don't lift your ribcage off the mat, and don't try and get your arms necessarily to the floor. Then breathing in to bring your arms back above your chest, and breathing out to take your arms back by your side, keeping nice and open across the front of the shoulders. Breathing in to bring your arms up, and breathing out to take your arms behind without losing any alignment in the rest of your spine. Breathing in to bring your arms above your chest, and breathing out to take them back by your side. Let's do one more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Reach your arms behind. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and your rib cage relaxed into the mat. Breathing in to bring your arms above your chest and breathing out to take your arms by your side. So we're now going to arm circles. So you're going to keep that in breath. So lengthen and deepen it so your arms go all the way behind on one breath. So breathing in to bring your arms all the way up and behind your head, and then breathing out to circle your arms back round by your side. Breathing in to take your arms all the way behind. The rest of your spine stays aligned. You don't use neutral pelvis. Circle your arms back round by your side. Breathing in to take your arms all the way behind your head, and breathing out to circle back round by your side. Let's do one more in this direction. Your knees staying in line with your hips. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we're going to reverse the arm circle. So you'll breathe in to take your arms out to your side and circle above your head. And you breathe out to bring your arms all the way back over by your side without any change in your spine or your rib cage. Breathing in to circle your arms all the way behind your head, and breathing out to bring your arms back by your side. So gentle engagement in your core, keeping your pelvis in neutral. 2 more, breathing in to circle your arms around above your head, and breathing out to circle back by your side. And 1 more, breathing in and breathing out. So we're now going to do the Starfish. We're going to breathe in first, and we're going to breathe out to take one arm and the opposite leg. I'll just demonstrate. We're going to hold this here for a breath, and then we breathe out to come back to our starting position. So focus on keeping the pelvis in neutral. We're going to move on the out breath. Try and coordinate your arm and your leg to start and finish the movement at the same time. So take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, engage your core, stabilize the pelvis, and then take one arm and the opposite leg away from you. Stay here as you breathe in, stretching that arm and opposite leg away from each other. And as you breathe out, engage your core. Split second before you move, you bring your leg and your arm back to the starting position. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out, engage and stabilize the pelvis, and then move the opposite arm and leg, swapping each time. The other knee stays in line with the hip. Stay here as you breathe in, stretching your opposite arm and leg away from each other. Breathe out, stabilize the core. Try and get the toe down on the mat when you can, and then draw your heel back towards your buttocks. Breathe in, breathe out, stabilize the core, and stretch one arm and the opposite leg away, keeping that rib cage down, neutral pelvis. Stay here as you breathe in, get a nice cross-body stretch. Breathe out, engage the core, get the toe down when you can, foot back and the arm. One more on the other side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage the core, stabilize the pelvis, and stretch the leg and the opposite arm away. Stay here as you breathe in, stretching, getting a lovely cross stretch across the body, and breathe out, engaging the core. Bring the leg and the arm back at the same time. Great, so now we're going to do the pelvic clocks, which is a very small, subtle movement, but people with osteoporosis are often quite nervous about mobilizing their lower back, so this is a lovely, safe way of doing it. So we'll start with neutral. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engaging your core, keeping your buttocks switched off, just using the pelvic floor, lower abdominal. Do a pelvic curl and roll your marble to 12. Now roll to 1, to 2, to 3, 4, 5, 6. Just naturally breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll do 2 more in this direction, so just breathe normally. 1, 2, 3, keeping your knees in line with the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and come back to neutral. So let's do 3 more in the opposite direction. So from neutral, take a breath in. As you breathe out, again, do your pelvic curl, roll your marble to 12, keeping your buttocks switched off and your pelvic floor switched on. And then 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. One more in this direction. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, and come back to neutral. Excellent. We're now going to do a modified version of the obliques, which is a stomach exercise. So we're not bringing flexion of the spine in, which you must try and avoid with osteoporosis. So it's also just a sort of a focus on trying to draw the muscles together. So if you've got 2 cushions, take away one of them. If you've got 1 cushion, take that away. And we're going to interlink the fingers behind the head and have the shoulders out and the elbows out as much as you can. So if you've got limited movement, it doesn't matter if they're off the floor, just have them at whatever width you can get them. So let me just demonstrate on one side. We're going to start bringing the right elbow to the left knee. so the left elbow will stay out on the floor. You're never going to bring the knee further in than above the hip, and you're just going to bring the elbow towards that knee, but keeping the left elbow out on the floor, and have this focus of trying to pull your tummy muscles in. So you're drawing diagonally across the body from the right side across to the left, and then you're going to come back down. So I'll do that, show that one more on the other side. So this time I'm going to keep the right elbow out on the floor. I'm going to bring the right knee up just above the hip and the left elbow towards the right knee. So I'm hardly coming into flexion, this right elbow is staying down, and then I come back down. But you yourself can use all your stomach muscles, so really pull them in. So let's do 6 on each side. We'll start by keeping the left elbow out on the floor and bringing the right elbow to the left knee. So take a breath in first. As you breathe out, pull in those abdominals and just come up just a little way. And then breathing in to come back down. Breathing out to come across. Breathing in to come down. So really keep the pelvis in neutral and breathing out. Pull in your stomach muscles as much as you can. And breathing in to come down, breathing out, breathing in. That was 4, 2 more, 5, and 6. So let's swap sides. So now I'm keeping my right elbow on the mat, and I'm going to bring my left elbow to my right knee, bringing my right knee just above the hip. Take a breath in first. As you breathe out, pull in your abdominals and curl up towards that right knee. You're not going to touch, but pull in your abdominals as much as you can. Keep your right elbow exactly where it is. Breathing out to come up, breathing in to come down. Pelvis stays in neutral. And one more on this side. And come back down. So even though that's a really gentle way of doing the obliques, if you pull in your abdominals, it's amazing how much you can actually feel them working. So I hope you did. So from here we're going to do the leg circles. So get your head cushion back. Before I start the leg circles, I'm just going to show you an adaptation. If you feel slightly vulnerable in your lower back and a little bit worried about keeping neutral pelvis, then either take a remedial band or a scarf, and you can fold it in half and wrap it around behind your knee, around the thigh. And from here you can hold on to this, and then when you do the circles, you're almost sort of guiding it with your arm and the band, and this way you might find a little bit more security if you're a little bit worried about your lower back. So you can choose to either have the band or not, as you wish. And we're going to start with the right knee. So come into a single knee fold with the right knee above the right hip. And from here, we're going to keep the knee bent. You can open up a little bit behind the knee, but don't have the legs straight. We work on short levers with osteoporosis. And from here, just circle this leg around, keeping the pelvis in neutral. So you're really having to use these lower abdominal muscles to stop any arching in your back. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We're going to do a few circles in one direction and a few in the other. So let's do one more in this direction and come back to your starting position. So you can have your leg extended a bit more if you want, but the circle is coming from the thigh bone in the hip socket, and the challenge is to keep that pelvis in neutral. So you're doing a circle as little or as big as you feel that you can keep that pelvis in neutral, really using these lower abdominals. Let's do 2 more, and also getting some nice mobilization in that hip socket, and then come back to your single knee fold position, keeping that pelvis in neutral. Bring your foot back down onto the floor. So let's do the left side now. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, engaging your core, come into a single knee fold with your left knee above the left hip. So start by taking the knee across your body and then circle down, around, out and up. And still keeping the pelvis in neutral, still working really strongly from these lower abdominals. The right knee is staying still. I'm just getting some nice mobilization in the left hip and using my abdominals so I don't lose neutral pelvis at all. Let's do one more in this direction. And I'm going to open up behind my knee for the other direction. You can just choose, you can keep the angle at the knee the same throughout, but you can just find which level suits you, challenges you without you compromising your back. And a couple more circles in this direction. And then back to your starting position. Now keep this left knee above the left hip, and then using your core, don't let the pelvis move as you come into a double knee fold, so both your knees. So now bring your knees together, put your hands on your knees, and now we'll just do some little circles on our lower back. As you take your knees away from you, these are the knee stirs. Don't arch your back, but use your core to keep your pelvis in neutral. So just do some nice circles, massaging that lower back. Let's change direction. And one more. And come back to your starting position. Now we're going to do some knee circles now. So keep one hand on each knee and now take the knees in opposite directions. So you're doing concentric circles. Again, as the knees go away, you don't arch your back. If necessary, keep your back a little bit tucked into the mat. And just get some nice movement, opening out that inner thigh as you take the legs apart. Getting a nice gentle stretch here. Do one more in this direction and then let's reverse. So again, you're just really mobilizing those hips, getting a little bit of stretch in the inside thigh here. And one more. Bring your knees back together, bring them back to hip width apart. Use your core to come out of your double knee fold without losing neutral pelvis. And back into your relaxation position. So we're now going to go onto our side and get your 3-inch head cushion or your slightly thicker head cushion, and we're going to do the chalk circles. So if the chalk circles come to lying on your side, you'll need a thicker head cushion because if you don't, your head tends to fall forward. So this will help keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. You're going to have your legs in chair position. And make sure that you have a nice distance between your shoulders and your ears, your arms in front. And remember to push this cushion so that nearly all of it's behind. So you've got a chance to roll your head. So we're going to start keeping the arm relatively high, and then you can take it lower only if you feel that you've got that mobility there. So just natural breathing. Start by drawing the circle above your head and follow that movement with your head and your eyes, and then circle around. So keep your arm high at this level, come over your hip, over your knee, onto the floor in front of your fingers. And carry on circling. If you have a shoulder problem here, then just bend your elbow until you can straighten it again. So remember, adapt this according to whatever movement you have in your shoulder. And then only if you feel comfortable, remember to keep these knees where they are, don't let them lift. Let's do 2 more circles in this direction. So here you're getting a nice stretch. Circle around, over the hip, over the knee, onto the floor in front of your fingers. And letting your head just roll on the cushion. Don't let it lift, just keep it nice and relaxed. And back to your starting position. So now come and turn onto your other side and get yourself into good alignment. So coming with your legs in chair position, your back nice and straight, shoulder away from your ear, arms in front, and then push that cushion so that you've got it all behind you. So tummy in, back nice and straight, lengthen that top hip away. And then this natural breathing, just start your circles. Again, remember each shoulder is slightly different. So start with your arm high and only go lower if you feel comfortable about that. Onto the knee in front of your fingers. Get a lovely stretch here. Head staying on the cushion. And also, sometimes if you haven't done this for a while, you're not arching your back as you come around here. So keep your tummy in. You're just circling the arm around. Just allow that shoulder to open up on its own. Remember, you can bend your elbow, bend your arm as you go behind you if it feels uncomfortable, but you'll be amazed at how much it can open up. Just letting my head roll on the cushion, and let's do one more in this direction. And back to the starting position. So we're going to do torpedo now, so we're going to stay lying on our side, but get your other little head cushion back. With the torpedo, get your little head cushion and fold it in half, and put it between your ear and your underneath arm, which is lengthened above your head. Have your legs straight in line with your body, tummy in, pelvic floor gently engaged, and you can rest your fingertips lightly on the floor here. So take a breath in and breathe out and stabilize your core. Then breathe in, take one top leg above, and breathe out, bring the other leg to meet it. Stay here as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, lower both your legs to the floor, resisting with your underneath leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you're using these fingers as little as possible, so you're using your core as much as you can. Stay here as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, lengthen and lower those legs to the floor with resistance. Breathing in and breathing out. Really have that sense of lengthening that underneath leg, so you're not dipping your waist into the mat here. Tummy engaged. Hold this here as you breathe in and breathe out, lower down to the floor. Let's do two more on this side. Breathing in, you can take your leg a little bit higher if you wish, keeping that sense of length, and then pulling in your core, breathe out, bring this leg up to meet it. Stay here as you breathe in, and then breathe out, lower with resistance. Breathing in and breathing out. Hold it here as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, lower with resistance. Great, so you should really feel that you're working these abdominals to keep you from falling forward. So let's come on to our other side now. So bend your knees, come up and come over. Get your legs straight in line with your body. Fold your little head cushion in half and put it between your ear and your underneath arm. And switch on the core, get your balance, lengthen that top hip away, resting your fingers as lightly as possible. Use them as little as you possibly can, and then you start to really challenge your core here. So let's take a breath in, breathe out and stabilize. Breathe in, take the top leg up, breathe out, bring the underneath leg to meet it. Keep nice and still, use your core, stay as you breathe in and breathe out, lower your legs with resistance. So the underneath leg is resisting the top leg from coming down. Breathe in and breathe out, having that sense of length, so not dipping your waist into the mat here. Stay here as you breathe in and breathe out, lower with resistance. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay here as you breathe in and breathe out, lower with resistance. Let's do two more. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring that underneath leg to meet the top leg. Stay here as you breathe in, having that sense of lengthening leg, using your core, and breathe out, lower with resistance. Let's do one more. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay here as you breathe in and breathe out, lower with resistance. Excellent, that's the torpedo. So now we're going to come onto all fours for the plank. So with a 4-point kneeling position, just check that you're in a good position here so that you're neither dipped in the back or arched. Your pelvis is gently in neutral. Your hips are above your knees. Your feet and your knees are hip width apart, and your wrists are directly beneath your shoulders. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. So you can either have your hands flat like that, or if you're worried about your wrists, you can have a fist. So it doesn't matter, you can do either way. So it's entirely up to you, and you can alternate anyway. So let's get going now. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core without shifting your hips. Take one leg away and tuck your toes under, and take the other leg away and tuck your toes under. Stay here as you breathe in, keeping your shoulders away from your ears and pulling in your core. And then as you breathe out, you bring one knee back under the hip and the other knee. So all the time working from your core and without shifting from one side to another. Let's alternate the leg we lengthen away with. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core a split second before you move. Lengthen one leg away and the other without dipping or raising your back. Stay here as you breathe in. Have that neck lengthening away from your shoulders. And as you breathe out, bring one knee back under and the other. We'll do two more. I'll show you can do it with your hands in a fist. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, take one leg away and the other. Stay here as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring one knee back under the hip and the other leg. So I'm never lifting in my pelvis. Take a breath in, breathe out, pull in your core, take one leg away and the other. Stay here as you breathe in, lengthening away from those wrists. Never sink into your wrists. And then as you breathe out, bring one knee back and the other. So to come out of here, just tuck your pelvis around just tight, gently, and then walk your hands back to your knees and come into high kneeling. We're going to do some arm exercises with the arm weights, which is really good for people with osteoporosis because it's a nice weight-bearing exercise. We're just going to do 4 sets of 6. So they're not that much. So try and have a weight that will challenge you, but not bring any tension into the neck or the shoulders. So have your weights. So come to standing with your feet hip width apart and have that real sense of stability. So grounding yourself through your feet into the floor, but then having that sense of lengthening away from your feet. Keeping your tummy in, your ribs in, and your shoulders relaxed. So we're going to start with our arms in line with our shoulders, palms down. You rotate your palms up and you bring the weight in to your shoulders, and you then straighten your arms and your palms come back down. So the upper arm stays parallel to the floor. So let's start. We'll do 6 of each. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now take your arms out to the side. And again, exactly the same. Turn your upper arm so that your palm comes up and you bring the weight into your shoulders. You straighten your arm and you turn your palm down. Again, the upper arm stays parallel to the floor. So coming in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now bring your weights in towards your collarbone and you're straightening your arm straight up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now bring your arms by your side, palms facing behind, and bring your arms just in line with your shoulders. Try not to swing back to counterbalance your body, but lean slightly into your weight. So keeping your body absolutely still and just isolating your arms. 5, 6. Now your arms out to the side. 1, 2. So if you hear any crunching in your shoulders, bring your arms just slightly further forward. 3, 4, keeping any tension out of the jaw. 5 and 6. So we'll just do 3 more sets of those, okay? So let's start with our arms in front, palms down, turn up and in, straighten and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Arms out to the side, just in front of the shoulders, up and in, out and down. And 2, tummy in, 3, 4, 5, and and 6 into your collarbone and up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Arms in front, arms behind, just up to the shoulders, leaning very slightly into the waist so you're not leaning back to counterbalance the body. That's 3. Shoulders stay down as the arms come up. 5 and 6 and out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let's do another set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Arms out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into your collarbone and up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Arms in front, palms down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Arms out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we'll do one more set. So now you have an idea if you've got the right weights for you or not really, because if you're feeling like you can't do another set, then maybe your weight's a little bit strong, and if you feel you can do one more set without bringing any tension into the shoulders and neck, then you've got the weight about right. So what we don't want to do is create any tension in our body, so let's do one more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arms out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arms into the collarbone, or weights into the collarbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arms in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more set of 6. 1, 2, shoulders down. 3, keep your arms isolated. 5 and 6. Well done. So it's a really good weight bearing exercise, which is really excellent for strengthening the bones. So we'll now do a few exercises, just a few more to finish now, and have a chair to hand if you feel you're slightly unsure of your balance. We're going to finish with 3 things that will challenge our balance and get a little bit of mobilization into our ankle joints as well. So if you're slightly worried about falling, then have a chair to hand. Use as little as you can. Try and get your confidence with your balance and really use your core, but have it just there because whatever you do, you don't want to fall. So we're going to start with standing. So come to standing with your feet hip width apart, and we're going to practice standing on one leg, and we're going to do ankle circles on the other ankle. So get nice and strong. Let's start with the right leg. So get all your support through your left leg. Make sure you keep your big toe down as well, and then bring your right knee up as much as you possibly can. Even if you just want to take your foot just off a little bit off the floor, then that's absolutely fine. And you can use this if you wish, but see what you can manage to do without. And from here, let's do some ankle circles on the right ankle, just to loosen that up. And it's also challenging our balance. So think about using the left buttock and the left leg for support. Let's reverse the ankle circle. A couple more in this direction, and then with control, come to putting your right foot down. So get your weight evenly through both your legs first before you transfer the weight now to your right leg. So get that support right the way up through the inside of the right leg, big toe staying down, and when you're ready, bring your left knee up as much as you feel you can balance, and if necessary then just hold onto your chair, and let's do some ankle circles with the left ankle. So using your right leg for support, that's what you want to focus on. Don't necessarily reverse the circle. Don't necessarily focus on the leg that's off the floor. Focus on the one that's on the floor to support you. And one more circle, and then with control, put your leg back down and get your weight evenly through both your legs again. So we're going to do a standing quad stretch now. So let's start with the right. You don't want to grab your ankle out to the side, so you want to again bring your knee up, and then again use your chair if you need to, then lean forward so you can reach the front of your ankle. What you don't want to do is twist your ankle by grabbing out to the side, and then let's draw that knee around as much as you possibly can. You can hold on with both arms or just one, but try and keep your tummy in, have that sense of your hips bones staying to the front, your knee, bent knee lengthening down to the floor, and using your left leg for support. Get a nice stretch here as much as you possibly can, and just breathe into that. Don't hold your breath. Nice stretch to the front of the right thigh, and then very carefully let go and put your right leg down. Again, get your weight evenly through both your legs before we transfer. So if you always want to move your chair around now, so that if we're going to be doing the quad stretch on the left, you've got it there to hand. So bring my left knee up, lean forward so I can reach the front of my ankle, use the chair if you need to, and then draw your knees around, keeping them together as much as you can. You can hold on with one arm or both, it's up to you. So standing nice and tall still, keep your tummy in, hips to the front, have that sense of your left knee, your bent knee, lengthening down towards the floor, getting a really nice stretch to the front of the left thigh. And breathing, and then with control, let go and bring both your feet back down again and get your weight back through both your legs. So we're going to finish with some rising onto the toes. So you can either have your chair here or just move it out of the way, because you're going to circle the arms around. So again, just do what you can. Have your chair there if you need it. So rising onto your toes, we're going to do this on an in-breath. So breathe in to come onto your toes and bring your arms above your head. Just come up as much as you can. Try and keep the big toe on the floor the whole time, and then circle your arms back round by your side, breathing out and coming back down onto the floor. So breathing in to rise up, reaching and stretching to the ceiling, and breathing out to circle around and come back down. Make sure the big toe stays grounded the whole time, so when you come back down onto the floor, you're not rocking back onto the heels. And breathing out. Let's do two more this way. Breathing in, stretching up and breathing out, and one more this way. Breathing in, stretch, stretch. You can wriggle your fingers if you wish, and then down to the floor. Let's reverse. Breathing in to take your arms out to the side and up to the ceiling, and breathing out to bring your arms in front. Keep nice and open here across the front of the shoulder and the arm. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice smile on your face. Breathing in and out, and two more. Breathing in. Lovely deep breath, and breathing out, and one more. Breathing in and breathing out. Well done. That was a really good workout. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I look forward to seeing you another time. Many thanks.